Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hello. Hey, it's Sunday. Look at me. Sunday afternoon. I never stream at this time. Why are we having funky stuff going on already on the stream? What? What with this? Stream health is excellent. What's going on with this? Why is it doing this? OMG. Already lagging? This sucks, man. Is this ridiculously laggy for you guys? I'm looking at YouTube and it's just ridiculous. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me see if turning off my laptop helps, although it said stream health is excellent. I'm okay or I'm laggy? I don't know. Alright, if you guys think I'm okay, then as long as you think I'm okay. I think it's better. I turned off my laptop. I think it was sucking off a lot of... Hi, it's Sunday. Let me go back here. Hello, Hildy. Hello, Valentine and Sophie, Veronica, Kat, Lexi, Jan, Jamie, Sandra, Skeptical Zombie, Small Talk and Tarot, Linda, Tay, Aaliyah. Okay. I think we're okay now. And look at you guys. My ride or dies are here on a Sunday. So I don't want to muck about too much. I'm looking fresh. Thank you. You know, I have to tell you, my hair fiasco last week, that box dye fucked up my hair, messed up my hair. Look at all the breakage. It's like I have bangs now. These aren't bangs. This is breakage. My hair's a mess. So I haven't been curling it because I'm trying to give it a rest. So thank you for saying I look fresh when I feel a little icky. So what we're going to do today, I wanted to bake live, but my day has been a nightmare. Not as bad as Kicking Geese's, excuse me, who's having a hella problem with her internet, etc. I wanted to do this live, but my laptop wasn't... I've got a brand new, really expensive, nice laptop, and I can't get the settings right, and it was dropping frames, and I thought I had it, but I didn't want to start streaming and have that crap going on. So, what I did is I baked the cake and I filmed myself doing it. So we're going to watch Nadars' video first, where he teaches us how to make a pineapple upside down cake. And then we'll watch my video, where I show you how to make a pineapple upside down. You can't hear me? Everybody else can hear me. Kornsky? Kornsky, can you hear me? Kornsky. I don't know. I think it might be you, because I think everybody else can hear me. Hi, Joe. Y'all can hear. Kornsky, turn your volume up. So we'll have to thank Just Jamie, who took me down this distasteful rabbit hole last night of Nadars cooking. Because, you know, I popped in and out. I know who he is. I kind of know what he's about and all that. But it's not like I watch him. And I don't watch a lot of cooking videos, especially people like Nadar. So, we're not going to get too dishy, except about the cooking. This is a cooking video. So, let me turn on live chat, because apparently I forgot to do that. And I'm going to see if I can do this without headphones. I feel like it's going to echo, though. It's going to echo. Just put the phones on, girl. All right, I'm going to strap in. Let's go over to Nadars. People pay him for membership. A Nader narc alert? Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to start doing, going back to... So many people, a lot of people, after I made the 8 passengers video, said, oh, you should do more videos on other YouTubers. And I go, yeah, I've done 17 of them. I have a playlist of 17 non-amber narc alerts of all kinds of people. So go check that out. It's really good. And I think I'm going to go back to doing one of those a week or one every 2 weeks, because I think it's time again. I think people are a little more open to something that's not amber. Joe, thank you for the super chat. Joe says, for chips to drown out the Nader ick you had to endure for this video. Thank you so much. Do I know if Nader's a real chef? No, he is not a chef. He has said, sorry, I won't frig around with this too much. I've heard him talk about having his, some kind of cooking certificate. And I know here in Ontario, we have a thing called a food handler certificate, which everybody, like, God, Rio could get a food handler certificate. It basically teaches you food temperatures and how to wash your hands. People in fast food restaurants sometimes need to get one of those to work in a kitchen. I have a red seal, what's called a red seal. And that's a qualification in Canada for chefs. It requires 800 school hours in the classroom learning and 6,000 work hours under an accredited chef. So no, I don't think he has those qualifications. I could be wrong, but I've heard him talk about a certificate, and I've seen him flash a certificate, and I think it's just the food handlers thing. So... yeah, Jamie says he's not been professionally trained. That's what he has, is a good safety certificate from 2016. And those food handlers, they expire. So that thing is expired. I think they might last 2 years, maybe 3. Because I used to bitch and complain about having to go redo that stupid course because it was like half a day. And it's literally food temperatures, how to prevent cross-contamination, and how to wash your hands properly. Seriously. It's like, okay, I've been a chef for 20 years. Please, just, can I get a 10-year version of this? Food safety certificate. I think it is food safety certificate, right? Yeah, you guys know way more about Nader than I do, probably. So, I've misplaced my Jewel vape. Small Talk and Tarot, thank you for the super chat. I've lost my tarot. I've lost my Jewel vape. So let's hope this isn't too bad. And let's, without any further ado, just get right into it. I think he leaves this on here for like a long time. Okay, dude, you don't need to leave this on for 30 seconds.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But today... pineapple upside down cake. So let's see how we're gonna do it. I will give you the ingredient first. 1.5 cups flour.
Same as mine.
1.5 teaspoons baking powder.
I use 2.
1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/2 cup of sugar. Teaspoon of vanilla powder.
I had a full cup.
1/4 cup brown sugar.
More than that.
1/2 cup butter.
Same.
1/2 cup sour cream.
Okay.
1/2 cup of milk. 2 eggs.
Right off the get-go, I'm going to tell you this recipe is really unbalanced. There's a certain balance to recipes. They all follow basically, you can variant within it. But 1/2 cup of butter, 2 eggs is too much. and he's got liquid in there and sour cream, it's going to be way too wet. This is going to be way too wet a recipe. The sour cream, I can see sometimes what you might do is make your cake mix and then fold sour cream in at the end. A lot of coffee cakes use sour cream. It's fine. But this recipe, he shouldn't have 2 eggs, or if he's going to use 2 eggs, he should get rid of the sour cream. It's way too unbalanced for dry to wet.
Pineapple.
Too unbalanced, and then he's using less leavener. Mine has 2 teaspoons, his has 1.5 teaspoons.
Let's start with this first.
Okay. This video might take us a while to get through. When you're cutting any fruit or any round or semi-round object, what's the best thing to do is to cut the top off and the bottom off, because you can't cut if the fruit is wobbling around. So if you have a flat surface on the bottom, whether it's an apple or a pineapple or a kiwi, whatever it is, cut the top and the bottom, and then you can slice it, and you're not going to have it wobbling around. So, being a trained chef, you'd think he'd know that. I'll give him points. He holds his knife correctly. Give him points for that.
So we're gonna cut this.
Okay, wrong. Pineapples have a core in them. Yes, you can go back and go into all those slices and core them out, which he will do. But the expedient and efficient way to do it is to core your pineapple first, whether by cutting it in half and cutting the core out or by using a corer. And then you don't have to go back and do what he's going to do, which really, really triggers me. Yes, I saw Kendall Jenner.
Those, we're gonna make them half.
No. And they're not even. And they're too thick. Oh, he's slicing them with the core. It's all got the core.
We'll take out the hard part in the middle.
You would get thrown out of my kitchen for doing that like that, mister. How unsafe is that? But he thinks... A lot of chefs and a lot of guys in kitchens are real hot dogs. Like, they think they're super... Like, you see these guys that they chop herbs and they use, like, 3 knives at the same time. Like, they're idiots, right? They're just hot dogs. That's what this guy's doing. He's showboating. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous, it's inefficient, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
It was just the tip of the knife.
No, it's a stupid
And
way.
we'll do the halves too, the same thing.
Or, if you're going to slice it, use a corer on the slices then.
We'll add a little bit of butter.
This is a big mistake too.
And
Everything he does here is wrong.
we'll make it touch everywhere. The brown sugar first.
This is so stupid. It just triggers me so bad. Okay. This guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing. This is a person who read a recipe and didn't really understand what the recipe said. You combine your butter and your brown sugar in a pan or a skillet, and you cook it slowly and bring it to a simmer until it makes a nice caramel sauce. You would use probably at least 2 ounces of butter and maybe half a cup of brown sugar. And when that is all simmering nicely, you pour it into the bottom of your pan, and you should get like this much caramel liquid in the bottom of your pan. And then you build your cake on top of that. And that's the syrup part. So, do we think he's going to have any syrup on his cake at the end? I'd guess not. He's like dusting it. Use a half a cup, you idiot. God.
We will start first.
You're all talking about his hands.
Butter.
Let's just assume he washed. Let's just assume he washed them.
And sugar and vanilla.
You can add the vanilla anywhere, but traditionally you put it with your egg. I don't know how he's put vanilla in his sugar, but okay, it's fine. That's nitpicky, but it's just... There's a certain way you do things the right way in cooking, and that's not. Look at this feeble mixing. Okay, light and fluffy, dude.
So,
okay.
We add the 2 eggs to the butter and sugar until we got it
like soup?
Mixed well.
Too many eggs. Too many eggs.
So we'll take the sour cream and the milk together and we mix them gently.
It's just the wrong order of ingredients, you know?
We will add half of those and half of the flour.
Just beat the
And we
shit.
keep mixing.
Just keep beating the shit out of that. Oh, this hurts me so bad. Look what he's doing. Often when you read a cake or cookie ingredient, it will tell you to mix the flour until it's just incorporated. And the reason for that is because when you overmix flour, what you're doing is developing gluten. You know, when you make bread, it sits on the mixer for a long time, right? Until you get... It sits there for a long time. What you're doing by mixing that flour is you're developing gluten, which makes a tough, rubbery, you know, like bread texture, right? Jason, thank you for the super chat. Jason says, hey, Merc, you're a bad female dog. So he's developing some nice gluten in this. You would also, like that, you mix pancakes like that, right? You want a little bit of gluten? Because you don't want a crumbly, moist texture.
Last step.
Oh, this hurts my heart.
Until we see it like this, guys.
That would be fantastic pancakes. That looks like pancake batter.
Those 3.
Looks like pancake batter. Yeah.
And we'll put 3 halves.
All right. I know, he just doesn't stop beating and beating. Someone said stand mixer. I mean, I have one, but I made this by...
Here, guys, like this.
I made this by hand. Small mixtures, you can use your hand. It's okay. Like
and this 3 half.
1 or 2 cakes, you can mix that by hand easy.
Make them a little shorter.
It's just a basic white cake batter, really. Someone's a lot of pineapple. It's actually not enough pineapple. It's going to separate on the top of the cake. Leave a lot of bare patches. Look how wet that batter is. This texture is going to be dense and heavy. It's not going to be light and moist and fluffy.
And gently we will put it everywhere.
It's totally pancake batter. It's actually literally pancake, almost literally pancake batter. A little bit more powder, I think, for pancake batter. Yeah, the pineapple's really thick. There's not enough of it. It's too wide, spaced all wide apart. When you bake that, pineapple's going to spread.
350 preheat oven. Between 30 to 40 minutes. It depends on the oven. Let's see how it's going to be. Take me around 30-35 minutes, guys. And let's check What's gonna happen here?
Wah, wah.
Let's try this.
Wah, wah. It looks dry. Let's see the crumb.
Look at this fluffy here.
Oh God, it looks so dense and thick, eh?
And here's the edges.
Yeah, sure. It looks really thick and dense. It doesn't have a nice crumb texture.
Here it is, guys.
And there's no syrup. The fun part of the pineapple upside down cake is all the delicious caramely syrup. I'm sure it's edible.
So, see you in this video, guys.
But
Bye.
it's I'm sure that was edible. I'm sure it was edible, but there... Who's here? Mr. Man. What did you think of that cake? I think ours looks better, right? I think so. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was okay. It was fine. But somebody who claims to be a chef, and if you're trying to teach people and you put that on the internet, I don't know. I don't know about that. So,
okay, let's make...
Now, so this afternoon I made a pineapple upside down cake. Was it edible? Did I say that enough times? Edible, but not necessarily, or it was consumable, but not necessarily edible. Jason says, did you see all his disgusting patrons in the end putting alchemy at the end of their name? Oh God, please don't do that. To my patrons, please don't ever do that. So I did this this afternoon. Like I said, I wanted to do this live, but I literally did 10 test streams. I was having all kinds of issues. So I did this video. So the audio starts out a little funky, but it'll be manageable. So bear with me, and I'm going to be watching the chat. So if you have any questions about what we're doing here, let me know, and I will stop the video and we will sort you out, okay? Mercception.
some pineapple upside down cake, but let's do it the right way, shall we? You know, put in all your disclaimers about my hair and my face and the shape of my kitchen and all that stuff. You've been disclaimed. Let's make some cake. Let's see if I can't get this down here. We're going to start. I've weighed out most of the ingredients.
Yeah, that sugar-free cake looked better than that one, didn't it?
I will also include a list of ingredients in the description. But what we have here, basic cakes always start with sugar and butter creamed together. So I've weighed it out in advance, and this is half a cup of butter and 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to mix that all together shortly.
So his had half the amount of sugar.
We're going to add 1 egg. You do not mix the egg with the milk, ever.
I thought he did that. He didn't do that.
One of the functions of an egg in a cake recipe is to aerate, give some lift. It's a natural leavener. So what you want to do is beat some air into that egg, not dump it in the milk.
Oh, the audio's bad, eh?
So we're going to cream our butter and sugar. We're going to add our egg. Then we're going to mix in our flour, our baking powder, and I put in just a little bit of nutmeg because I'm quirky and I like that. You mix in the flour and the...
I'm so sorry I didn't move my good mic over when I did this recording, so if there's something you can't hear, let me know. And no, I prefer gas. I just don't have a choice. Electric stoves suck.
Milk at the end. It's very easy. We'll go through it. In this pot here is butter and brown sugar.
That's what you do with the brown sugar and the butter.
You want that to come up to a little bit of a simmer.
Big difference, right?
This was Nadars' first mistake, okay? He took his pan. See my pan? I've buttered the edges. I didn't bother with the bottom because all that butter and sugar is going to go on the bottom.
I'm like Amber now.
His first mistake was just sprinkling what looked to be about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar on the bottom of the pan. That's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. It might give you a slight glaze on the top of the cake and color, but that's not enough.
Audio makes me crazy.
Liquid, there's no volume. You're not going to get syrup out of simple brown sugar. So that's the first step. While our brown sugar is coming to a boil, let's cut our pineapple.
I don't have a lint bin.
I did notice when Nader did this. Let me get my...
I don't have a lint bin, but to be fair, I live in like a condo-style apartment, so we've got laundry room. They don't have a lint bin up there either.
French knife.
Janet is easy. It's easy.
When Nader cut his pineapple, I had to go on my tippy toes because I'm so short.
When I chop...
Nader cut his pineapple, he left all the spiky bits in there, and he didn't cut the core out until afterwards. Also a big mistake.
Dreaming fool.
So
I'm
cut your top and your
jealous.
bottom off first. You do this with any fruit, so it doesn't wobble around when you cut it. Now you can see in here where these cores, these little, I don't know what to call them, spiky bits.
I don't know what to call them.
Spiky bits.
Does anyone know what they're
So
called?
you generally want to start in there, but you want to curve your knife a little bit because the fruit is curved; it's not straight. So
Yes, absolutely you can use canned pineapple. And to be honest, it's better because you need to use some pineapple juice as well. And I used a tropical juice because I didn't have any pineapple juice. So there's nothing wrong. Canned pineapple, kind of better actually for this. Oh, deaf soul, maybe their eyes.
Too deep to get all the spikies out.
I'm
You're going to lose a lot of fruit. And generally, we don't like to do that. You'll also see as you're cutting, there's one little row that appears. And I just take that and cut that out. And then the next row appears. And the next row appears. Now, even if you do a phenomenal job, which I clearly didn't, you're going to have some of those little guys still sticking out.
You want a really nice stove? Look for a stove called an Aga. Oh, they're so beautiful.
I spilt the milk. No point in crying about it.
I spilt the milk, but I didn't
All
cry.
right, back to our pineapple. And clearly, I didn't pick a very good one. I see a lot of icky over here. So if you want to get fancy for a platter, you'll see that these all follow a line. And you can just make a little cut in there like this.
This is fancy now. This is a fancy part.
Sometimes you see them displayed where they're cut like this. You cut all the spiky bits out.
This is a fancy demonstration.
And then you get something like that,
Ooh, so
which is what you see on display
fancy.
buffets. But we don't need to do that for this. I just wanted to show you that. So I think this is the best half. See if you can get away with just a half of this pineapple. Okay, so I'm going to cut this.
I know.
Oh, first, after all my lecturing about the spiky bits, look how many I left in.
I'm sorry, Veronica. Nothing is labeled in my kitchen. My spice drawer is full of bottles without labels on them and bags. I'm living on the edge like a lunatic out here. Not a label on anything. Nothing.
So I'm going to cut this half in half again. And then you see pineapples have a core. So it's just easier if you cut the core out before you start slicing.
This thing. You use the tip of your knife.
Unlike what Chef Nader did, and he cut all his slices and then he went in and individually, with his knife in the air, cut all the core out.
Idiot.
No.
God, that pissed me
It's
off.
inefficient and it's not good.
You use the tip of your
So
knife.
here we're going to cut our slices.
Idiot.
Our cutting board a little fast.
I tried to edit out the boring parts.
Okay, so now we'll get to the actual making of the cake. So as I mentioned in the beginning, this is half a cup of butter and 1 cup of white sugar.
I don't even use a salt shaker. My salt is just in a little ramekin. Madness.
I'm going to be lazy, guys. I'm going to get my hand mixer.
So, not
I
enough.
don't really need this for just this small amount.
This hand mixer's handy for little,
And roll about.
like a single cake.
All right. So when your recipe says beat the eggs and sugar until they're light and fluffy, They're telling you that because you're trying to incorporate air into the mixture. Again, like that egg, air is a natural leavener. You want to trap air in there. So this would be light and fluffy, probably. I don't know. You can't see it very well.
Oh, you don't want an apartment tour.
Oven
It's so
ready?
small.
Remember always to preheat your oven. This one is at 350. So from here, we're going to add the egg, which has vanilla in it, and we're going to mix it and add air. Okay.
I saved you the noise.
A happy mixture.
You need a blonde hair dye? Not right now, because I broke it all.
Once you've incorporated your egg, it should be light and fluffy like this. It almost looks like, well, quite frankly, it is almost a buttercream icing at this point. Very fluffy, very light.
Susan69 said, the sharp brown bits that are left on the pineapple are called stupid circles. The stupid circles on the pineapple.
So, let's put this away.
You want a kitchen tour? That's it.
Let's put this to the side for just a minute because now
that's my kitchen.
Our caramel is ready. Our brown sugar is all boiled. With the butter.
Listen, it's down.
A light sort of caramel.
I'm downtown Toronto. My living room and kitchen is one. So my kitchen is just over there.
In the bottom of your pan.
Okay, here's my apartment tour. Behind that brown rolling shade is a big window, and then beside that is another huge. I sit in front of facing a really big, huge window. So it's big, huge windows, and then it's the living room, and the kitchen's over there on that end. And then down the hall is the bedroom and the bathroom. That's your tour. But yeah, I do have big windows. Small apartment, big windows.
Make sure it covers the entire bottom.
One bedroom.
So, roll it around a little bit. And you should have something that looks like this. Now from here, you put your pineapple in.
See, it's not just sprinkled brown sugar. My windows face east.
I don't remember finishing them. Well, let's use some strawberries just for color.
It's Toronto. All our apartments are small.
Right? Yeah.
I don't need any space. I just sit here all the time. What the hell? And then I go to bed. Every room is Rio's room.
Like I told you, this isn't going to be magazine quality, but it's going to be yummy and we're going to love it, right? Okay, so our cake base is ready.
I had
people usually use cherries. I don't have any, and that's okay.
I edited out this bit because I have a bag of cherries somewhere and I have no idea. I looked all over. I can't find them. Where the hell are my cherries? So I used strawberries instead. But I was going to use fresh cherries and not the little red glacé cherries because I don't like those very much. But you can really use any fruit you want. Something with acidity is better because that's what makes that caramel really nice at the end.
We can use strawberries. And
you could use apples. Apple upside down cake.
Rest of our pineapple. Okay.
I think Rio did eat all the cherries.
Eggs and butter and sugar whipped. 1 egg added and whipped. From this point, you add your dry ingredients. Now, many recipes tell you to add them alternating.
The brown stuff there is nutmeg. I like a little bit of nutmeg in there.
So let's put in half. This is flour, baking powder, salt.
I think this is 650 square feet.
I think. By hand.
Not big. The cherries are with my Jewel vape. I know. Why'd you remind me? What the hell is that vape? I was just using it today.
So our cake batter is ready to go.
I don't know. I'm not looking for it now.
And you literally put it on top of this wet, sloppy mixture.
My hands are clean.
Now you see his poured in lovely like a pancake mixture.
My hands are clean, you guys.
Do that. I've always remember this being a little bit finicky, and don't mind my hands. You know they're clean. Pastry chefs use their hands, guys. I'm sorry.
We do.
You don't want to break it to you.
How do you think we form bread dough and bread
My
rolls?
first baker, when we go over to the big bucket of lard and try and get stuff out, we'd all have our little wooden spoons, and he'd go, "What are you, bakers or shoemakers? Just use your hands."
His name was Mr.
So we
Botcher.
often do just use our hands.
Mr.
So
Botcher.
in this case, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
What are you, bakers or
Gingerly,
shoemakers?
Because I know from experience, if I use a palette knife, it's just going to be funky monkey. So let's just spread it out like this first, because the batter's rather thick.
Coming into the home stretch here now, guys.
Grab a little offset, make it a little wet, so we can finish smoothing the batter. Down.
I don't lick my fingers very much. I usually wipe them off.
I want it to be more or less even around the whole cake.
Yes, you can get really well in shape being a baker.
All right, let's put her in the oven now. Fingers crossed. Let's go.
It's there. Okay. Okay.
Now I'm on my
our
phone.
cake is done.
It's better, right?
Doesn't look like much, but it's been sitting for about 10 minutes. So now's the tricky part. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. So you take a plate that's of course bigger than your pan, and you turn it upside down, and you put it on top of your pan.
Any pie apple?
My
but
pan is still a little bit hot.
if you're going to use apples instead of pineapple, I would use something that holds a shape, like a not a sauce apple, but a pie apple. So whatever you prefer. I like Spies. Ida Red is good. There's tons of them. Just Google pie apple. There's so many.
So let's get a rag and make it a little easier. Don't mind my dirty kitchen rag. Pick them up together, flip them upside down. You should hear the cake flop out of the pan because there is just so much butter and other brown sugar on the bottom. Okay. And then, of course, the unveiling. Fingers crossed. I don't know what this is going to look like any more than you do. So let's hope for the best, guys.
Ta-da!
Okay. So I think this looks pretty good. You could have made the pattern nicer.
Yeah,
This
I was
is a
lazy.
proper pineapple upside down
Look
cake.
at the juicy.
You see it's full of juice. And if we cut into it,
Juiciness. Shiny.
stuff on the top is going to slip around, so you don't want to do sawing too much as pushing in. If you saw through the fruit,
It's gonna.
and then you push down.
If you just saw, it's gonna rip everything apart.
Okay, and I'm just going to cut a big piece because it's easier. All right.
Look at fluffy crumb texture.
There you have a nice, fluffy, light pineapple strawberry upside down cake.
There you go.
Okay, Nader, this is what it's supposed to look like, baby. Look at how fluffy that is. It doesn't look dense and creepy.
Creepy.
That's it. Enjoy.
Okay.
There you go. And now I got a huge cake over there. So I'll bring some down for Joan and I'll give some to the neighbor. And if there's any left, I'll bring it down to reception. So there you go. We had a little look at Nader. I know it's called Cake MP4. I'm glad I didn't name it something really stupid. Joan's getting cake tonight, and we're ordering fish and chips because Merc doesn't want to cook tonight. And Nader made a weird Dutch pancake. Dreaming Fool says Merc made a masterpiece. Yeah, creepy and Nader just seemed to go together, so I didn't really mean his cake really probably wasn't creepy so much as it was dense. And not very sweet, because I used a cup of sugar in mine, and that's not an overly sweet cake. I mean, the caramel part is, but the cake part is not overly sweet. So his mustn't have been very sweet at all. He used half the sugar I used. And 2 eggs. Oh, I'm telling you, he made pancakes. He made pancakes. So, yeah. I don't want to watch another Nader because we can only do it in little doses, in little tiny doses. But if you guys like this, we can do more of this on Sundays. We can do cooking reactions on Sundays. And next time I'll film it with my phone instead of the web. It was a comedy of errors today. Oh my god, I can take these off. It was a comedy of errors today. Yeah, his had too much eggs, huge chunks of pineapple, but not enough. Can you sub mashed banana for the butter or eggs in this recipe? You know what? It's a really super duper basic cake recipe. So if you looked it up on Google, I know sometimes people substitute mashed banana. I've also heard of applesauce. They use applesauce instead of eggs. And I would imagine this cake would be probably pretty forgiving, which is why Nadars turned out looking like a cake at all. So, can we play bingo? I don't have a new board ready. Sunday cooking and baking would also be lovely. What I can maybe do is do what I'm going to cook for... Whatever I'm going to cook for Sunday dinner, I can just film it. And we can do this. Is it okay? Do you mind that format of making the video and then reacting to it together? Because it's really hard for me to go live over there. All the way over there in the north wing. It's hard because I don't have a cable, the Ethernet cable. I don't even think it's my internet connection. It's some setting on the damn laptop, and I'm telling you, this laptop is a dream. It's better than this computer. I shouldn't be having any issues. If there's geeks in the house, it's a 8-core overclocked Ryzen processor. It kicks, man. This thing kicks. But I don't know why. I have a hard time streaming on it over there. Through OBS. Baked, baking, and bingo. Sunday nights. Baked, baking, and bingo. You really want to play bingo now, you guys? Yeah, because then we don't have to hear the mixing, and we don't have to wait for the things to be finished. It's a lot easier for me. And we can always pause it and talk about things. Well, okay, I'm glad you like that format. Because we're still live, right? Tay says, do applesauce, Sir Kermie. It really works well. Well, I flourished it, but, that's what she was saying. I can't see you at all. Give me a moment. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I see nothing. I know nothing. Oh, there you are. What's your RAM? I forget, but it's good. It's good RAM. Yes, we have good RAM. I feel like it's 16 megabytes, but I'd have to double check. I never use it. I bought it because I was excited about going to Costa Rica for a month with Rio and having to do YouTube remotely. So I bought a laptop that was capable of running my editing programs and all that stuff. It should be fine. It's an effing OBS Streamlabs. I was farting around with the settings today, and like I said, I think I got it, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to have this thing started and then have it start dropping. It was dropping frames. So I did all the things. All the settings things. So I'll just have to test it out with a friend or something on a private stream and see what happens before we go live. Local dishes. Bingo and baking Sunday. It's always about me. It is, Sandra. I'm a narcissist. Hey, speaking about always about me, it has nothing to do with me. One of my lovely subscribers and Patreons, and I won't say who it is, but if she wants to out herself in the chat, ordered something from Teespring, and they sent her a nasty, bad printed copy of one of my sweatshirts. And for some reason, she couldn't return it. So she sent it to me. So, it's not bad, but you'll see. I'm going to get it and show it to you. So she sent it to me, and I, in exchange, sent her some chocolate bar. Oh. But what I want to do maybe is just give the damn thing away. Just give it away. If anybody wants it and they feel that they can put up with this printing error that's on it, let me show it to you. And it's an extra large. So Teespring, I guess they'd be making things for Americans? Because it'd be big. So you can tell from my cooking video that I'm not, I'm not exactly a super skinny mini either, but this is cute except for the mistake on it. See this? I feel like Amber. I feel like Amber. See the mistake? There's a guide mark somehow got printed on there. It kind of looks like she's maybe got a pierced nose. But if anybody wants that, how about this? First person to DM me in Discord with your address, I'll ship that off to you next week. As is, disclaimer, it's got that mistake on it. But it's an extra large and it looks quite big. Yeah, she got a mustache. But, I'll just use it to... Sure, I'll ship... I don't know. No, you know what? I'm really sorry, but I'm going to say US or Canada because I know I tried... I shipped a single chocolate bar to Sweden and it cost me $25. And it was like one chocolate bar. So that would probably cost me about $60 to ship, and Merc been doing bad this month is starting out really good, but I can't really afford that. So anybody in the USA or Canada that wants a mucked up sweatshirt, I'm happy to send it to you for free. If nobody wants it, I totally understand because it's weird. It's got a mistake on it. Triple nostrils. Yeah, it's clearly, when I looked at it, it looks like a guideline, like something that would go in the center of an image, so I don't know what the hell they did. But I went and double-checked all of the rest of the images up on my Teespring, and they don't have that on it, so I don't know. Well, I was happy to see it, though, because I'm glad to see how big those extra larges are, because if I was going to order for myself, I probably would have ordered a large, and clearly a large would have been way too big on me, so... Yeah, Tay says that error would drive me bonkers personally. Yeah, me too. I get it. But some people that shit doesn't bother them. So if anybody wants it, I'll ship it to you. And if not, I don't know. I'll just wear it for cozy nights in the cold, I guess. I wish I could have some vegan-infused chocolate. Is it easy to make? Well, I do make vegan-infused chocolate, as long as you use dark chocolate as vegan. And I use coconut oil or cocoa butter as my medium to infuse. So, New Sunday Morning DM'd me. He says, I put up with those wonky circles. Big? Am I calling the Americans big? Well, you kinda are. You're bigger than us. Not everybody. It's not even your fault. Look at what they do. Your small beverages are the size of our extra large beverages. Like, it's crazy. Do I infuse the chocolate directly? What I do is I infuse cocoa butter, and then I infuse that cocoa butter into the chocolate. When I go to Costa Rica, I make chocolate when I'm down there. From the beans that grow down there, I go to chocolate places and I work with them and I make my own chocolate. And then I bring that chocolate home and I infuse that chocolate. But it doesn't last long, because I can only bring home a couple kilos. But, look at you guys. You actually want... Okay, well, whoever wants the sweatshirt, if you're international and you want to pay half of the shipping even, I'll pay the first $20 of the shipping. How about that? So that's what I do with my chocolate. But I haven't been down there in so long, it's really quite heartbreaking because I really miss that. I love doing that. Do you like cocoa tea? I've never had it. I don't know if I would or not. I like fruit teas. Like I like peach tea and mango tea and green tea. Veronica, who's from Argentina, says, I just went once to the USA and I was stunned about the serving sizes and everything in general. I mean, even your fries are huge. It's true, their portions are gigantic there. Canadians are shorter. Just me. How did I start my infused chocolate business? Well, I've been a pastry chef my whole life and a stoner. And then I was out of work for a while, and the guy who I buy from said, why don't you start making edibles? I got a bunch of stuff I can supply to you for free. And I was like, well, okay, I'm not doing anything else, might as well. And that's how it started. And then he just, I was kind of hoping to partner with him, and then he bowed out. He gave me the name Royal, I won't say it. And yeah, and it's history since there, and I've been doing it for about 4.5 years, and it's slowed down quite a bit, but I don't spend any energy on it because all my energy's on YouTube right now. So, you know, I used to do a lot of weekly mailers and promos and all that kind of stuff, and I just kind of let it go. But, you know, I still have a lot of regulars. God love them, because it helps when YouTube is slow to have a side hustle, right? So, yeah. So that's the chocolate business. But, you know, years of being a pastry chef and a stoner paid off. Who knew? Who knew? Sorry, I forgot to too. Do you need a special license to sell them? Yeah, you probably do. Oh, I gave too much away. Somebody's on my website now. One of you guys just found my website? I personally don't do edibles, ever. They do nothing to me. So I just make them. I don't do them. We're being discreet. What we like to say is it falls in a gray area. It falls in a gray area. Here in Canada, how we've messed up the legalization is many stores wanted to open when they made it legal. But they, oh God, no, jeez, you guys are... I'm just leaving this on now because I can hear every time one of you pops on my website. You know what you do? You know what? I can even map your house now. You want to stalk me? I can stalk you right back. Within about 200 yards, I can see where you live. Amy says, I think I found it. Go to the About Me. You'll probably figure it out. I have not tried sublingual, but you know what? Thank you for reminding me, because I was going to... Somebody gifted me a box, and I might have sent them to somebody. I thought I saved some, but I didn't. Okay. I was going to try and get... My mom has problems sleeping, and she's just will not. She's really afraid of cannabis and THC. And I keep telling her, just if you do a little bit, you won't feel anything, but it'll help you sleep. And she just won't. So I had legal government sublingual slips. They were strips. They were 10 milligrams each. But I didn't try them. Sublingual means it's like a little thing. You just put it under your tongue and it dissolves. Merc can dox you now. Yeah, I can dox. You can dox me. I can dox you. Trust me, you can't dox me from... Even if you find my website, there's nothing on that website that will lead you to me. So, it's all good. We're all safe. We're all safe together. This is a safe space. It's a safe space for all of us. Right, Rio? Let's bring Rio back. Let's see what the man has to say. Nothing. Come here. Come here to the people. Look at the people. Look, what if I go like this? Look. Riri, look at, say hi. Hi, Rio. Your fans are here. They'd like to say hi to you. Hi, love. Hi, my lovely boy. Oh, by the way, is there anybody in the house that's, like, really good with Macs? I don't mean just suggesting, information, but anybody that would be like a Mac specialist, because if you are, please contact Justine, the Kicking Geese. No, it's not the Narc Alert Bakery. I did bake for the royal family. Somebody's on my About Me page. I baked for, I used to work for a certain high-end catering company, and whenever any of the royal family came to town, they would use that catering company. So through them, mostly Princess Anne. No, not the Queen herself, but... No, what they wanted was locally sourced stuff. So I actually made pears poached in Niagara region port, dipped in chocolate. Wasn't my choice. I didn't pick that, but that's what they had. So Ontario pears dipped in Ontario port, poached Ontario pears dipped in port. And you know what? Dipping poached fruit in chocolate, it doesn't work. It's wet. The chocolate doesn't stick to it. It's a flippin' nightmare. It was terrible. I hated doing that. Bamboozled says, my friend's husband been baking edibles, lucked out into testing. Dream job. Yeah, I had a few happy testers in the beginning, for sure. And now I just always have stuff, so it's always like, hey, do you like edibles? Here, do you want to do... Here, I'll give you some of those. I've always got, hey, lady. Hey, little boy. Do you want to try an edible? I have some hard candy in my pocket. But anyway, I think I'll wrap it up from here. I don't want to just ramble on and then somebody will be in the comments going, oh, she just sits there and talks about herself all the time. Oh, shut up. We baked our cake. We looked at Nader. We talked to Rio. I think we've covered it all, right? Well, we were live last night. We don't have to stay on live forever and ever. Look at, I'm not, what's his name? Alex. I got 73 views. That guy gets like 1,500 viewers on his lives. I don't get it. I know, because he just talks about the girls. It is the Narc Alert after all, so I should just do every live stream and just sit and talk about myself. Do you want to ask me questions about myself? Maybe I'll go sign up on an app and I'll just let people ask questions about me and I'll answer questions about me and then I'll think about me and I'll dream about me and I'll imagine about me and me. Holy crap, that must get boring, seriously. Seriously, though, isn't that boring? Just talking and thinking about yourself all the time. No, thank you. So, get on tell on me. I should. No, I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not doing that stuff. I'm not 16. I'm going to have a delicious halibut and chips with Joan, but I told her 6:30. So I'm going to call it a day now, so I got an hour and a half to have a puff and chill out before I psych up for dinner. And then dinner will be delicious, and we're going to have pineapple upside down cake for dessert. I'm taking tomorrow off. This week I will do another non-Amber Narc Alert. I will encourage you all to watch it and check out that playlist. There's so many good ones on there. A couple of people have been making suggestions I have a Discord thread called Narc Suggestions. So if there's anybody you really want to see, drop it in there. No guarantees, but you never know, I might do it. There's a couple in there right now that are actually very interesting. Thank you for joining me for, what did we call it? Baked baking and bullshit? I don't know what we called it. Baked baking and something else. Have a lovely Sunday night. I'm going to check my, somebody else found the website. Let's see. Okay, hello Winnipeg, I see you. I see the peg. Have a lovely rest of your night. Until we meet again, send Kicking Geese connectivity vibes so she can get sorted out and have her Cozy Monday stream. And until we meet again, You know what to do. Just be kind. And hasta luego.